Cristo, semi panchirefu, tena mifana Yehowa si woniao yemamita.
On Adapted by
Sena Meshiranidi Medina dansi Vonia Yemameda Memanin Kwanchi Kuruwane so Nama boniti Achama Sena
Meshiranidi Da Medina dansi Bonia Oh yeah, mameda
Sena mifana Yehowa Wonia Yemamita Tena mimfanshana nemo Yehowa nemo Wonia Memanin Kwanchi say Memanin Kwanchi Kuruanis Nama Bonitine Achaman Sena Medina dancing Oh yeah, mamita. Say it again. So man in Kwanchi Kuruwanisu Nama Bonitine Achaman Sena
Say play na landi, eso still yet the front wa, and ya drink. You hear how far the estimu, and you just 7 at 0.5 the power and the
all that is done for me. Join the fold.
I don't look like what I have been through. This radio station, you turn my pitch into a well. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Wadum. I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me. My test is now a testimony. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Wadum. It was you, my lawyer in that courtroom. It was you, my soldier on that battlefield. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Wadum. Hey, Adumo, Yami, Adumo, Adum, Adumentina Metiasi, Wadum Tinamiwo. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Wadum. Hey, Adumo, Nyame, Adumo, Wadum. Eya Adum Tina Metiasi, Eya Wadum Tina Miwo. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Wadum. Who has changed my story? Who has given me a song? Turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. You have changed my story. Protocol breaker, you made a way. You turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace.
It's only 26 minutes past 7. And of course, we celebrate the grace and the life that God has given us every morning. That's the first thing I do before I open my mouth.
Your loving kindness, grace.
That without life, nothing else is possible actually.
So the essence of my praise is centered.
Life is everything. It's the very first and foremost thing. Forget about anything. It doesn't matter what you do or what you gain, what you make. It's all, they are all servants of life. Everything you have is a servant of life. Because life can take it away and hand it to somebody within a day. Before you know, that brother you dislike so much has taken over your story building, your business. Your family is hungry because you thought that you were going to live forever. No, you are not. Every day is a gift. So plan for it and be careful not to give the impression that, oh, as for me, where I am, before I go die, it will be difficult. No, don't even go there. It's life granted by God and grace granted by Him. It's His mercy. No, you do not own life. So let's be grateful for every day, because what gives us the opportunity to fight for whatever we are chasing in life. Ultimately, we know where we are heading to, but every day on this earth is a gift. In the spirit of that, let me say a good morning to Madam Eugenia Isaki. A good morning to Mabi. Don't know whether she is still in Ghana, but a good morning to you. And a very good morning to Auntie Vero. And a good morning to Auntie Annie and your brother in Sakumono. A good morning to all of you. And also a good morning to Lonza Guinea. Good morning. Before you start accusing me of playing poor man, no friend. Let me extend same to Alexa Ita and also Chairman Akwa. Let me read this morning, I think 6 hours ago, the BBC published this, and it always shows how terminal life can be. And the story is that Nigeria building collapse, race to find survivors as dozens still missing. This is the story, and it says rescuers are working through the night in search of survivors in the Nigerian city of Lagos after a 22-story high-rise block collapsed during construction. And at least 4 people have died and dozens are missing. A digger is at the scene, and rescue workers and some locals are searching through rubble and twisted metal. 4 survivors have been found so far. Earlier pictures from the site showed crowds near a huge mound of debris. What caused the collapse and exactly how many people are trapped under the rubble remains unclear. In the meantime, local authorities have ordered an investigation into the collapse and pledged to make the final report public. Femi Adesina, a special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari, said the president commiserated to families who have lost loved ones. He added that the president had urged the authorities to step up their rescue efforts. The building came down at around 14:45 local time. That's 2:45 p.m. local time. That is 13:45 GMT. So it was around 1:45 GMT in Ghana. 1:45 p.m. in Ghana. That's the afternoon. In the upmarket district of Ikoyi. It was part of a complex named 360 Degrees Towers, which was intended to house luxury apartments, townhouses, and penthouses, according to the development's website, which has since been taken offline. The housing scheme is being developed by Fourscore Homes Limited, which has a portfolio of projects in the UK, US, South Africa, and other areas of Nigeria. Construction worker Eric Tete, Ghanaian, 41, told the Associated Press that his teams had been waiting for an excavator to arrive at the site when the building suddenly fell. So there's a Ghanaian in there. In fact, we don't know how many of them were in there, but there's a Ghanaian who spoke to the BBC. And it says construction worker Eric Tete, 41, actually spoke to the Associated Press that his teams had been waiting for an excavator to arrive at the site when the building suddenly fell. Quote, "Me and my brother, we escaped, but more people are there. More than 100 people," end quote, he said. A witness who was working in an office building opposite the site told the BBC's Outside Source program that he heard the sound, looked out of his window, and saw the building literally going down floor by floor. Local authorities have put an emergency rescue plan into place, and local officials have visited the site. But according to AP, Lagos's Deputy Governor, Femi Hamzat, was met by crowds of angry people who accused authorities of not starting rescue efforts soon enough. There have been several building collapses in Lagos in recent years. In 2019, 10 people died after a school collapse in the commercial hub. And in 2014, a 6-story building fell during service by a celebrity televangelist, killing 116 people. Building standards have often been criticized, and Lagos state authorities recently launched a new scheme to improve certification. So that's the story by the BBC on what has happened in Nigeria. So like that, I just read it. I never knew there were Ghanaians involved. In fact, Eric Tete says he and his brother So which means that you may even be talking about family bloodlines from Ghana, who are actually in Nigeria to be part of that project. And he said, we escaped, but there are several people trapped under the rubble. So it's something that they are racing against time. And that was 6 hours ago. BBC has not provided any further updates. I'll check from a few Nigerian websites and then perhaps read what they are reporting this morning to you about what has happened in Nigeria. They said they know 4 have died, but they are unclear how many people are trapped under the rubble. We are just praying that those who are still under the rubble get found, and then something they actually are found alive. That's what we are all praying for. A good morning to you wherever you are. Peter Jogbenyi Nate Agbeyome, good morning to you. A good morning to Patience Kubuafo, who is also joining us. Patience, is it? Oh, okay. It's actually Kwabaf. Is it Kwabafo? Kwabafo. Okay, I think that's the name actually. Jonas Siedu Minta says, welcome back, my most powerful radio station. Peter Kujo Lavengwamen over there. Wonderful to see you. He's joining us from New Jersey, in the US. Good morning to you, Peter, and I hope you're well. Good morning. Please reach out, Peter. Jonas Siedu Minta is joining us. Sena, I love this soundtrack. God bless you. Sevas Aduku says, you are not on air. I think you are back. Okay. We are on air here on Radio Gold 905 FM. We are also on air on any of the radio streaming apps. Those I can say for sure. If you are looking for us on 90.5 FM, you are tuning your radio. You will tune your radio for long. Please relax. The day when we come back on air, very first thing we'll announce, we will let you know here that you can get us on 90.5. But let me also say something. Those of you who are tuning in, waiting to see if immediately the next day you tune on your radio, no, Sena will be shouting, hey, go, relax. We will not even go there. You may even be watching me here, saying lots of things, but you will not hear me on 19.5. You'll be hearing music on 19.5. It's a process, I've told you. So relax. Let's take it one at a time. It's a process. Orlando Yeboah is joining us, saying a good morning. All the best, team. Keep up the spirit, the fire and the spirit up. Situafia. Hey, that's an interesting name. McKellemon says, we shall overcome all obstacles. Is this say or see? That is Aram Dolafia is joining us. Good morning, info. Morning. Augustina Kosio says a good morning to you. Brida Gozi is joining us. A good morning to Situafia. Mark Telemon Situafia is actually watching us from Germany. So good morning to you. Let me say a good morning to a few people in Germany. Grandma Abner. A good morning to Livingstone, Harry Anderson. A good morning to, I think, our friend Solomon Ashi is also in Germany. A good morning to somebody I haven't seen in a while, Willie Kwa. A good morning to Sel Del Glad. A good morning to David in Hanover, Germany. Good morning to you. Ayu Dos Santos is also joining us. Good morning. Senyo Kinlake Sylvester says, Sena and Gold Team, may God continue to strengthen you all. Senyo Kinlake Sylvester joining us. You all and give you more good health. Sena, is Nana Akufo-Addo a human being? How can a president leader be so heartless towards his own people? I am feeling great pain inside me when I see some Ghanaians suffering. Please, let us continue the fight till it's gone. God bless Ghana. Thank you for the inspirational and blessed song. Democrats Kofi Aboa Bright, good morning. Kekeli Kankronam is also joining us. Kekeli, good morning to you. Always wonderful to see you in the mornings. One of our regular viewers and listeners. Good morning to you. And a good morning to a lot more of you. Estella Gracila, start by morning, no. Say a good morning to Reverend Kwashi for us. Antwerp Branch, Action Faith Ministry. Say a good morning to him. Start by morning, no. Rabia to Ibrahim is saying a good morning. With Eduje, my deepest condolences to our brothers and sisters from Nigeria who have lost their loved ones in a collapsed building earlier today. Actually, it was yesterday, I understand. Mary Gardner is joining us. Good morning to you, madam. Good morning to Auntie Becky. Becky Stone. Good morning. Odatelamte join us. And a good morning to Madam Esther Moffat. Good morning. I don't say good morning to you enough. Very, very good morning. I hope you're well, and I'm praying for grace and mercy for you in everything you do. I pray that it works for you perfectly. Thank you. And also to Peggy Abenadodo. Good morning. A good morning to Alasan Sule. A good morning to Matia Mate. A good morning to Matia Mate says, I hope most people have watched Kevin Taylor show yesterday because they want to on top our Save JM. Please just say it for the world to hear. Their plans actually yesterday, to be very frank, sometimes I started watching the show, but I didn't watch you. Nowadays, I'm quite regular with him because it does put a lot of information out. But yesterday, I couldn't watch through. I had some serious health issues, in fact. I'm lucky to be sitting here. Abdurrahman says, like I would have called and said, they should find a way of doing themselves. Musa Batua says, unfortunately, democracy has been damaged by Kofu-Addo Bawumia government. MC elections have been characterized with either military invasion or bribery, assemblymen with huge sum of money. After the rejection of MC nominee for Joab, and we saw him demanding his bribe monies from assembly members, MPP government, and the Kofu-Addo and Bawumia practicing autocracy and moneycracy. Ken Kuleke says, Sena, you are right about the life matter. To him that is joined to the living, there is hope. Yes, Ken. Thank you. Down at church, that's a profound statement to it. He said, to him that is joined to the living, there is hope. Good morning to you, Ken. Ken, a very, very good morning. Zara Churchman Adolfo says, Ken, thank you. Zachariah Freedom is also joining us, saying a good morning to us. Dr. Dumbling Apelsika said the persistent harassment and intimidation of Honorable Francis Xavier Sosu is regrettable. I was one of the first timers who started hailing the IGP for his professional way of handling issues. But I want to implore him to be professional and not on partisan. As for MPP, they end reputation. J.J. Rawlings was advised us that as for MPP, they have been consistent in their modus operandi and cannot change. The speaker has been helpful in this issue. Leave the MP alone, for he has not done any wrong. My regards to Dr. Nanamba Brown Kluche. Nalamleo Datilamte. Good morning to you, sweetie. Good morning. Nadia. Alex Deku is saying a good morning to us from Germany. Franz Junior Hockey is joining us. Says a good morning, Sena. Keep the good work. Watching you live from Dubai. Patrick Hemingway is joining us. Afari Kosi James is also joining us. Ulu Thomas is also joining us. Kelly Kamklenam Sena, our president, they sleep. But you people, what is your problem? The man is 78 or 77. How many 78, 77 people see through a speech and never nod their head? It's rare. He's not in the best of shape. Nanado, frankly, we all know, it's not one of the healthiest 77, 78 people you know. You know. So why do you expect that? Sometimes I think people take the thing too far. Relax. Occasionally he will sleep. He will sleep. He will doze off small. Somebody will have to badge him. But unfortunately, the way the sitting arrangement was, none of his aides could have sat close to him. The people who were sitting close to him are all world leaders. No aide can sit close to a president in that kind of meeting. So all the world leaders line up. So there's no space for an aide to be badging you. When you are old and you refuse to accept that you are old, you have those problems. So at this point, we have an old president. I think we have an old president. So please relax. It will happen. He will sleep occasionally. I'm always what do they call it? I am always scandalized the rate at which he wants to go into those meetings. Because if I were him, sometimes I would just send my foreign affairs minister. Because really, those kind of atmosphere, they get too eerily, like some speeches that have been delivered that are not interesting. If you are, anyway, a lot of you there are people who are watching as well who are 70 and everything. They know how it is. Me, I'm not 70. So I'm just saying that when you monitor people who are a bit advanced in age, well, Estella Gracela says, God bless you. Pakwesi Bailey is joining us, says a good morning to us. SK Scott is also joining us. Royal Highness London says, Sena, good morning. Yesterday, the president who decided to take a luxurious jet and share it with lesbians went to sleep again. Very sad that upon all the good people in Ghana, Ghanaians choose this old man to destroy the country. Very sad. We are waiting for his serial, okay, it says serial brony budget. That is what you wrote. Family budget. Nuruddin is joining us saying a good morning. Engineer Saki is also joining us. Albert Dione is saying a good morning. Kakalika, he's using our money and go and sleep. He's disgracing us. Please, that's why he's... You see, the thing is that if you watch what happened in 2020, I was surprised that he was so desperate to hang on to power. If I were him, I would have left. But he wants to stay in power for the luxury. And now that he is in power and has nothing to lose over the next over 3 years, he can do anything he likes. He basically will fly. He won't mind you. He won't mind you. Kobe Sama says he's 70. So you think there's no age mate among them? Why he alone dozing? Me, I am 70, but I will never do that because of the seriousness of the meeting. You see, that's why I'm saying that there are a few things that works out.
78,
I'm saying you are 70. There are a few things that, in actual fact, Akufo-Addo is 80. Oh, Abdurrahman is coming to say that Akufo-Addo is 81. Why? Now you born him. Engineer Saki is Sena. Didn't he know that he's uselessly old? That's why I'm saying that I was surprised that he was so desperate to hold on to power. But it's explained by the way he lives. It's explained by the way he lives. He sees an opportunity in the second term not to listen to anybody. At this point in time, he doesn't care whether Bawumia wins the next election or not, whether Alan Jemanti wins the next election or not. What he is much more interested in is the creature comforts that he's always wanted in life. He will use this opportunity to gain them all. That's how come he's riding the jet that he likes. That is the way he wants it. So what he's always wanted, because Akufo-Addo naturally, he may have had a better life than a lot of us in this country. But there are things that only a few people get to enjoy. And he may not necessarily be in that category. So, but imagine the taxpayers' money of Ghana can be used to do anything. So he's now using it to enjoy the way he wants. So, because that's the only explanation you could necessarily come up with. Because we have said it over and over again that you can't be using our money for that kind of expenditure. But he says, no, you will go ahead. In fact, in the midst of all these difficulties, where you are struggling to pay interest on your loans, our president says that he will fly in a private jet. In fact, his spokesperson even came to tell us that he intends to buy a jet. They want to buy a bigger jet to save us all these troubles. What is the trouble? The trouble is the old man saying that he wants to sit in a jet. Oh, it's like a child. It's like a child who insists. You see, when you have a child who is troublesome, they will sit here. They said, I will sit here. Unless you beat them well, they won't stand up. This president, we can't beat like a child. But he insists that he wants to sit in a jet. This jet, I don't like that one. I want this one. That is the way he is. So that's the trouble. They don't want any further trouble. Maybe they try to convince the president, please, we can't do this at this time. He says, no. I'll sit here. Who are you? I'm the president. So what do? You allow him to sit in it. So they don't want that trouble anymore. So they said, Theophilus Adika says, and Theophilus is giving us the perfect, say, do what makes you happy rather than what everyone else wants you to do. Our president is doing what makes him happy rather than what we all want him to do. As long as you believe yourself, you can do anything. Our president believes himself and he can do anything. Forget. Theophilus Adika, this thing is about the president. Have a productive day to my brother. Please came out on your Sena. We'll be listening as and when connectivity permits. Abdurrahman says, point of correction, Sena. Okay. You are saying Akufo-Addo is 81. That's not true. He didn't. I do have his birth certificate. Nana Franchi says, good morning. Sheriff Fenekavoko, good morning to you. Says, if we Ghanaians don't want to act on the reckless behavior of Akufo-Addo and his family government, compromise the whole security agency in Ghana, some of us are ready to sacrifice our blood with the help of some. Please, calm down. Abdul Daru says, you could be 90. We don't know. Me, I know Bona, so I don't know. Kenkuleke says, the Alawa says the Alawa is important too. Frank says he doesn't have time to sleep enough at night. Instead, he will be chasing women at night and sleep in the day. Allegation. Alleged. Abeduonu said, you summed it all up. We want to sit in a bigger jet too. True. Sena, he's enjoying power with good taste in the sky. As our president, you have to let's leave it. If we can, we'll see how we'll bounce back from this presidency. But at the end of the day, the man will not listen to anybody. So I don't know how we'll deal with this, except those who have. That's why I said that. And I don't think he cares about anything that you do to his government. I don't think he cares whether you demonstrate or do anything. Our president does not care. If you like, go and stand on the street and demonstrate. Let the minority decide that they will what do you call it? They will reject all his budget. He doesn't care. He will spend. The air must be spent on. Yesterday, something interesting happened, and it has to do with the resolution that was passed by Parliament. Remember, Parliament passed a resolution saying that the 499 students who ordinarily look to have passed the law school exams should be admitted because they met the criteria. That was Parliament's view, that they met the criteria to be admitted, and so they should be admitted. That's Parliament decision. And they gave a directive and asked the Attorney General to act on their directive. The Attorney General wrote back to them, and for the first time, I salute the members of Parliament on the NDC caucus, because I'm going to read something else that they've done sharp. That's sharp. And then this is Office of Attorney General and Ministry of Justice. That's the letterhead on which the letter is on. And it's to the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Speaker, Parliament of Ghana, Accra. And says, dear sir, parliamentary resolution directing the General Legal Council to admit 499 candidates. And it says, respectfully, I am aware of a resolution passed by Parliament at its sitting on Friday, 29th October 2021 in these terms. Quote, the General Legal Council is hereby directed to proceed and admit all the students who pass in accordance with the advertised rules of the examinations. The Attorney General is the leader of the bar in Ghana, and he must see to it that the directive that 499 students who scored 50 marks are admitted is complied with. We do not want to get to contempt of Parliament issues. That's Parliament ends with a threat. And this decision was actually delivered by, the decision on behalf of Parliament was delivered by Joe Sewusu, who is First Deputy Speaker, who is an MPP member of Parliament. So Joe Sewusu delivered this. And he ends by saying, we do not want to get to contempt of Parliament issues. This is what the Attorney General says. Whilst recognizing the general legislative powers of Parliament in Ghana, except as have been circumscribed by the Constitution, I am constrained to advise that Parliament is devoid of a power through the use of parliamentary resolutions to control the process of admission into the Ghana School of Law. The mode of exercising legislative power enshrined in Article 106 of the Constitution does not admit of resolutions. Let me read that again. The mode of exercising legislative power enshrined in Article 106 of the Constitution does not admit of resolutions. So he is saying, the Attorney General that they said, let the General Legal Council admit them, the Attorney General who is acting on behalf of the government, who does not understand that his power is not only about arguing in courts, he also has political power, that where he can find space to act politically in the interest of the people of Ghana, he should do it. Just goes and make a legal argument that you do not have the power to ask that we should admit the students. It continues. In accordance with Section 13(1)(e) and F of the Legal Professional Act 1960, Act 32, the power to regulate admission of students to pursue courses of instruction leading to qualification as lawyers and to hold examinations which may include preliminary, intermediate, and final examination has been vested in the General Legal Council. He's saying that the Legal Profession Act 1960, Act 32, the act was passed in 1960, Nkrumah's time when the act was passed. So, an Nkrumah legislation, this is when the act was passed. It said Section 13(1)(e) of that act gives the power to the General Legal Council to decide who pursues courses in law or qualifies to be a lawyer in Ghana. And that is what he says. Which may include preliminary, intermediate, and final examinations, was vested in the General Legal Council. And it continues. It is correct that Section 1.5 of Act 32 stipulates this. The Council shall, in the performance of their functions, comply with any general directions given by the Minister. This is what he says. He says, he admits that the Council, the General Legal Council, shall, in the performance of their functions, comply with any general directions given by the Minister. He says that even though the Council has that power, if I direct them, the Council should follow. If, for example, I direct that, no, you can't do this, do that, the Council should follow. And it continues. In my respectful opinion, this provision underscores the capacity of the executive, not the legislature. He says that I have the power. We, the president and his so the president, the vice president, and myself, because the attorney general's powers cannot be exercised by the minister for education. So he says that I am the president alone have this power.